Let's do science on a budget today. Hi, my name is Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. On my channel, we talk about all things homeschool. I have a 5th grade daughter who loves science experiments. Today, I have the wonderful privilege of being able to join a collab hosted by Lauren from the Practical Homeschooler on how do we do blank on a budget. And so I'm going to talk about how we do science experiments on a budget. I have 10 science experiments that I did not use any money to purchase additional supplies. These were all experiments that we have done where I had everything in my house already. And so I'm going to run through these pretty quickly because I do have 10 and I don't want this to be too long of a video. But we love science experiments around here. So I'm going to give you the experiment and then maybe just a little twist, something to think about, because one of the things that I love about science experiments is that we don't have to be studying that exact thing to do the science experiment and really enjoy it and learn something from it. So a lot of times we just do science experiments purely for fun, just because we enjoy them. We may not be studying that in science right now, but it's still a lot of fun and it's still something that we learn. So here we go, 10 science experiments where we didn't spend any additional money to buy special materials. Number 1 is my daughter wanted to make a bouncing egg. And so here we go, vinegar and the egg in it. And she had a lot of fun with that. You do have to let it set for a couple of days.
Ago, we were doing an egg experiment and then we wanted to cut them open to see the difference. So this one is the cooked egg.
But a nice little twist, something else that you can look at doing for this one is do 2 eggs. One, just your regular egg in the vinegar, and then the second one, cover your egg in toothpaste before you put it in the vinegar and see if you get different results from the first one versus the second one. Number 2 is a classic, the volcano. When you combine your vinegar with baking soda and, volcano, it erupts. So which one was that one?
The baking soda.
But what if you combine your vinegar with baking powder? Can we notice a difference in what takes place with baking soda versus baking powder?
I'm just going to not push it down.
And this is what?
The baking powder.
Okay. Number 3 is fireworks in a jar.
Okay, so we are trying the fireworks in the jar again. So the last time, as you can see, it did not work.
Yeah.
So we are trying it again. So you use the exact same stuff. So I got the oil, the 4 tablespoons of oil, and then the 6 drops. They're calling, so let's pour it in.
Well, that worked a little better. It still didn't do what it was supposed to.
What is it supposed to do?
It was supposed to have all of your drops of food coloring stay at the top with the oil and then slowly move its way down like fireworks.
So it slowly moved it down.
Yeah, so, but it's still, okay. So make sure with this one you have water and then that your oil is at the top above the water, that it stays there, and then gently put your food coloring droplets on there. Now, if you don't make sure that oil is at the top before you start putting your food coloring droplets in there, it's not going to work as well. We know that from experience. But something to try with this one is, what if you add an Alka-Seltzer tablet? What will happen then? Number 4 is airplanes. We had a blast with paper airplanes. My friend Michelle Gay's science teacher has a video on all about how to fold them, and so that was so much fun. Ready? But what if we add a paper clip to the front of the airplane? Will that make a difference? What if we have them outside versus inside? Will the air impact how far they go? Next up is making a paperclip float.
Okay, so we're doing it again. So you need a dry piece, and then you need to place it on, and then you need to take a dry paper clip. Then you need to make sure that you do not touch the water or the tissue paper. And I'm just going to kind of drop it. No. Need a pencil. This is what we forgot, a pencil. So you need to push.
Don't touch the, good job. And your paper clip is floating. How dirty are things that we touch? So we had a great time with this bread mold experiment where we rubbed the bread against the dog, or we rubbed the bread against the iPad and saw how long it took to mold and how nasty it got. But what if you use the store-bought bread versus the homemade bread? Is there a difference? Will there be a difference in the timing for it? Does a seed need light for it to germinate?
Okay. Oh, so did number 5? No, wait a minute. Hold on. Did number 5 germinate?
Yes, it did.
Yes, but what did number 5 not have?
It did not have photosynthesis.
Well, it didn't have photosynthesis, but before that it didn't have light.
Yeah.
Right? So could it germinate without light?
Yes.
Yes. So, but if you look at jar number 1 that had light and jar number 2, jar number 5 that did not have light, tell me what the difference is.
So, this one has big leaves. It's all green. It's up. This one started to get wrinkly, and it's not humongous like this one.
Okay, so what now? Tell me, what does jar number 1 have that jar number 5 does not have?
Photosynthesis.
It was amazing. So we had just two jars, and then the black construction paper, but sure that you have your paper towel in there for water, and then also that you have the heat. So it definitely needs to be in front of a window for both of those. There are so many different things that you can do with this one as a variation. You know, put one of the seeds in the refrigerator. Will it work for that? There's just a lot of things that you can do with regards to this one to kind of have put your own little twist on it. But this was a great experiment. Now, who doesn't love a good Sir Isaac Newton experiment?
We are doing a science experiment from Sir Isaac Newton, and he said that an object in motion must stay in motion. So what we're going to do is we took an apple cider box. It's not that big, so then we took a top of a shoe box.
Okay.
Which is nails. So we propped it up, because if you look behind here, it's propped up.
Okay.
And then you take a card. You take the penny, you're going to set it there, and then you'll need like a book, which...
To stop the car, right?
Yeah. And make sure if you stop it, the penny will fall off.
Okay.
So make sure that it can do that, and make sure that the penny can go onto the book. So,
okay.
So 1, 2.
All right.
The
So
car went backwards.
that's okay, but then you can measure from your penny to the edge of the book. So when the car was at 14,
12.
the penny flew 12. So when you would plot it on your graph, your car was at 4. So your car was at. So that's how. Which one are you doing there? Are you doing your car or your penny? So your penny.
The penny. So you would
go to 12 for your penny.
12 and then
Up to 14 because that's where you started for your car.
Today we are testing Newton's second law of motion. Is how far our marble goes. We have marbles. No, how far our cup goes. Cup's right there.
Whoa. So yours went a whole lot farther.
Yeah, just
than mine.
We did have so much fun with these marbles and with the cars. It was a great learning experience. So I saved my daughter's 2 favorite for last. Number 9 was when we did bubbles. Again, my friend Michelle Gay, science teacher, had a great activity for bubbles.
Excellent. So we'll see which one makes the, are we looking for the biggest bubbles or the longest time they stay bubbles? Which one do you want to look at for, or both?
Both.
Okay. What do you think is going to happen? What's your hypothesis?
That the number 5, well, number 5 will be the most.
Will be the most, well, when you say most, is the longest or the biggest?
Biggest.
Question for this one is, what if you add sugar to one of those? Is that going to impact how long your bubbles stay blown up? Is that going to impact anything if you add sugar? And my number 10, this is her favorite. She asks to do this quite frequently. What I do is I just, things from crafts that we have left over, I just have a box and we just put anything in there. Sometimes it's egg cartons, sometimes it's just, pipe cleaners, and it's really anything that I have laying around that we had used for crafts goes in this box. And every once in a while, we just lay it all out on a table and see what we can build to keep the egg from breaking when we drop it. And she loves it. This is one that she asks for over and over again. So it's so much fun. We have a blast trying to come up with new designs in how to preserve our egg. Keep it from breaking. So that was my very quick 10 science experiments that we do on a budget that we just have fun with. If you try any of these, please let me know down in the comments how it goes. Or if you have a little suggested change to it to see if we can get different results, I would really appreciate that as well. Again, thank you so much, Lauren, for inviting me to participate. I hope that you have a great day, and please make sure that you check out the playlist because we're all going to put a different spin on how to do blank on a budget. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.